Stoner rock, I guess, would be like Fu Manchu, Nebula.
High on Fire,
heavy metal.
Orange, yeah. But like,
High on
that's,
Fire and Orange Goblin are heavy metal.
yeah. Nebula's stoner rock, but it's heavy psych.
Yeah.
When I think of a stoner rock band, you know who comes to mind? Fucking Nebula. I don't know why.
Weed Eater.
More the, no, Weed Eater is more like sludge, stoner sludge. They're more sludgy, you know. Like stoner rocky is more, I think, more rock and rolly.
It's weird when, to me, when people say that Kyuss started stoner rock.
I would say Kyuss is ground zero for what's really considered desert rock and stoner rock, and everything else is kind of different offshoots of that.
A lot of people like Atomic Bitch Wax, which, you know, that's stoner rock.
Stoner rock.
Why not call it drunk rock?
Some of the creators of that music don't like that term.
I guess it fits to the vibe of the sound. I guess there's a lot of those bands that you'd call stoner rock, but those people aren't really stoners.
What about the fucking rappers that smoke weed all?
That's stoner rap, mate.
Stoner rap? Oh, is there a such thing as stoner rap?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
One of the original bands that started the scene was probably Monster Magnet. They consider themselves originally more of a psych and garage band. They had a big influence, I think, on some of the bands that came out, like Kyuss and stuff like that afterwards.
When I joined Kyuss, the favorite band to be heard in the van or the RV or whatever we were traveling in was Monster Magnet.
We all got together, we all, God is so fucking good, man. You know, it was like both Kyuss and Fu Manchu.
The same people doing the same thing with variations. Yeah, and even like the 70s people were listening to stuff from the 60s and the 50s.
Fucking input that came out of the 60s and combination of psychedelic and garage rock.
To me, that was the true stoner rock, Jimi Hendrix.
We used to play with Mudhoney and Nirvana from that whole thing, grunge, you know. And I remember those guys would always be called grunge, and they'd be all like the same thing. What is that? What's grunge? You know, Nirvana called themselves grunge, you know, and Mudhoney, not really, but people did.
Kind of grungy without being Seattle grungy, kind of just a sound that's endemic to the desert. It's just kind of a slow-moving
vibe is what I think it is, and it's the desert vibe, but I don't think it's limited to one thing.
It's stoner rock, whatever that is. To me, is jamming.
And you make it heavier by detuning and repeating like a Killing Joke type thing. And to me, that's very hypnotic.
Get out on stage, and the first song basically is the tuning song. I don't think many people were doing it that low. I mean, Sabbath tuned down a little bit.
I don't need to be fucking Yngwie Malmsteen up here on the highest frets to get higher. I'd rather get lower. So I like to play where you can feel it, you know? In your pelvis region.
And of course, copious amounts of marijuana always help.
Stoner just means someone that likes getting stoned.
Cool. Let's get stoned and rock. I do a lot of that.
I'm convinced the term stoner rock was born in California because I never heard really anybody say stoner or call it, oh, he's a stoner, until I got to California now. Somebody told me recently that that's not true, that they heard that in Philadelphia or Jersey, but that's kind of California to me, just like bitchin' or fucking, or that's boss, you know what I mean?
I think the music comes first and then someone calls it something because it's easier to digest for people or to describe something if it's got a clear name. And the more time passes, the more is associated with it, so it becomes a clearer and clearer idea. But within that name, there's also infinite possibilities.
As a genre name, I guess stoner is better than alternative or new wave.
The history of stoner rock right here, if you can unsolve the mystery, it's all here in the puzzle. They're missing pieces. All these pieces are, it's like the ancient ruins from the wizard, with the all-knowing wizard and the owl of the mysteries of stoner rock. Broken-footed angel, the monkey who lost his surfboard because there was no water in the desert, to the remains of the Hispanic man, Santa Claus without gifts, and the dragon, and the unicorn, and the Holy Mother, and the pumpkin.
What's that? Stoner rock?
Yep.
You can make your own stoner rock.
Yeah, stoner rock.
It's easy to ingest stoner rock.
No, really, like, it's all good though. We don't have a problem with it at all. You know what I mean?
I think stoner rock as a term is a fine term.
Yeah, it's fine.
It means what it means, and it's not a derogatory term at all. And I think if someone calls Nebula stoner rock, they don't mean it derogatory. It's just a way of communicating to someone what it sounds like.
Just don't tell anybody.